All right. Hi, you guys, and welcome. And thank you so much for coming on to our live happy hour. Did anyone actually bring a beverage to the happy hour? Let me see. Jake? Brian has like water? Who knows what Nick is drinking? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. And if you weren't able to make it on tonight and you are listening to the recording, thank you so much. We value your time so much. And this is just a very casual, fun, light, conversational way for us to tell you kind of who we are and what we do and what we're all about. And we're going to start with some very brief introductions, kind of like our name and where we're from and maybe why we are doing this thing called Team Beachbody Coaching. So I will go ahead quickly and start. My name's Ellen and I live in Oregon now at this point in my life. And I found this opportunity looking for a way to make income. That being said, I do love health and fitness. I love helping. I love people. So it was just a really good fit. I'm in the fitness industry. I have 3 teenage kids. I'm married and I'm an artist. And this business has really, after being in it for 4 years, has really given me, as you'll hear later from me, the ability to create a life kind of by design and so that I can do what I want with my time. And so that's a little bit about me. I didn't graduate college, so finding something for income when I needed it, when we were like, we ended up filing bankruptcy a few years ago. So this opportunity has been has radically changed the quality of my life and my family's life. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to turn it over to Jake and have him introduce himself.
Well, hi, everyone. My name is Jake, as Ellen just said, and I live in Petaluma, California, Northern California. I've been a coach with Beachbody for about 1.5 years now, and I've always played sports. I've always been into exercise, but it's always been personal. It's always been for me, and it wasn't until I was introduced to Beachbody and the opportunities that I started thinking, you know what, I love this so much. Why not help others do the same? So most of my background is actually in the wine industry. I work at Domaine Carneros Winery in Napa, and I was full-time there for about 7 years, and then I was able to go part-time at the winery and do Beachbody part-time, which is the first time I've had any real balance in my life, and I've never been happier, never had more energy. My days are spent, whether if I'm not at the winery, I'm either working on my Beachbody business or hanging out with my dog or like volunteering at the animal shelter. I mean, like Ellen said, I'm living a life by design, and I'm really, really happy about that. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Nick, who are you?
He's muted. You got it?
Got me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. All right, like they said, my name's Nick. I was muted for a second, but now hopefully you can hear me. I'm from Topeka, Kansas, kind of the middle of nowhere. It is the capital, so I guess we're known for that. But not quite the West Coast like a lot of the team that I'm on. Currently, I'm a full-time industrial engineer, so I'm also a full-time MBA student. So a very part-time coach. I don't have a lot of time. Most of my Beachbody business, I catch 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. If I get a full hour, I'm really excited about that. What got me into the business, I was always an athlete growing up. I love sports, love basketball, love football, track, soccer. I pretty much did everything growing up when I was little. And in college, I kind of stopped working out for a year, and that didn't work out very well for me. So I looked for something quick and convenient, and I stumbled upon P90X. It was a huge time saver, really convenient. I could do it at home. So I loved P90X, fell in love with that program, did it for like 6 years, and before I knew it, I was talking all my friends into getting P90X and found out about the coach opportunity. I was pretty much being an unpaid coach at that point, but got into coaching because I love the products. I also just really love helping other people succeed. volunteer in Big Brothers Big Sisters. I do Meals on Wheels. I have some other volunteer opportunities that I work on. So it's just, I like to help others kind of realize their potential. So that's a big thing for me. So I actually found out about the coaching opportunity through Ellen because I was actually given to her as a customer, which Jake will talk about that one later. But it's kind of unique in that way. So that's a little bit about me, and I'm gonna let Embers take it.
Hi, so my name is Jen, and I am actually a hematologist by training. I work in a lab, and I really came across coaching as a passion. I too played sports growing up, and then I had babies and didn't really make time to work out anymore. And so it became actually a medical reason that I needed to get healthy. I was pre-diabetic. And so in addition to needing to work on my health, I also needed some income. Like Ellen, I had filed bankruptcy and was also looking for some opportunities to supplement our income. But I do love my job, and I want to use this opportunity to supplement and allow us to travel and maybe not work as much, but I still want to keep my job. And this opportunity is really starting to change the landscape of my finances, and I'm pretty excited about that. And my health has really improved, the health of my family, my health, the health of my kids, and that really sparked my passion in this opportunity as well, because I just saw I could help so many other people. So I kind of came into it by accident. I was really looking to help myself and really found that I could help others. And I like to end my introduction with letting people know that I'm an introvert. And I know it doesn't seem like it because I'm doing this webinar, but really I sit in a lab not talking to people for 8 hours, and I'm shy and I'm nerdy, and I'm building my tribe of those people. And that's part of what I love about this business is it's really open to anybody and anybody's personality. So I am going to hand it off to Jake.
All right, so now that we're done with introductions, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it is we do as coaches, okay? There's a lot of different aspects to it, but I've identified 3 main categories, and those categories are nutrition, exercise, and accountability, okay? So the nutritional side of things, we have a couple programs that specifically focus on nutrition, namely the 21-Day Fix and the Ultimate Reset, and the 21-Day Fix Extreme now. And so those are designed to focus on clean eating, on portion control, just developing healthy eating habits specifically. That's the primary focus. Now we also have nutritional supplements available. So Shakeology is a huge part of the company. It's our most recognized supplement. It's a superfood-based protein shake essentially. And on top of that, we have a whole bunch of different nutritional supplements available depending on what the client is looking for. Okay. So then moving on to the exercise portion of things, a huge part of what Beachbody does is focus on exercise. So pretty much all the programs created by Beachbody are workouts you can do at home. They're designed to be home workout programs. They're on DVDs, or we now have streaming capabilities if you just want to stream it on your mobile device or fancy TV if you have one. And most of these workouts are 30 to 45 minutes long. My clients literally either get their program or start streaming, and they just press play and follow along, okay? Takes the guesswork out of it. You basically just check the calendar to see which workout to do on which day and press play and start doing it. So that's really great and easy for the client, but also for us as coaches, it makes it really nice because we can have a positive effect on people's health and fitness without actually physically having to be with them like a personal trainer would. So, I mean, I could literally drive to the beach, and as long as I have my phone, I could be working with my clients from there. And so that sort of freedom is huge for me and really important for me. And that seems to be a theme for a lot of people. So anyways, that's a little bit on exercise. The last one I think is massive, and that's accountability. So I always give this example, if someone's going to jump into a new nutrition plan or a new exercise regimen, the first week or two is really easy. You know, they're motivated, they have a lot of energy. But after that first week or two, when it starts to become less easy, people start to give up. Okay, and that's where we really come into play, to pretty much just help people stay on track, keep them motivated, keep them accountable, provide support, problem solving, whatever the case may be, just to make sure that we keep them working towards their goal that they identified before starting the program. Okay. Now, Beachbody is pretty much laid out 4 vital behaviors to become a successful coach. And so I'll just go through these vital behaviors real quick, and then I'll pass the torch. But the vital behavior number 1 is to be a product of the product. And this is a great one. It's simply, we as coaches lead by example, right? So we're doing the workouts that we're promoting. We're using the nutritional supplements that we're promoting. And so that way we're proof that the product works. You know, if someone comes to me and asks how I stay in shape, I can tell them exactly what I do and how they can do it as well. You know, so that's really a great tool. We are kind of, you know, as I said, leading by example, and that's really important. Number 2 is a little bit more geared towards the mental, emotional side of things, and that's personal development. So this can be in multiple forms. It's either, you know, there's motivational books out there that can be found. Nowadays, there's all kinds of motivational podcasts. There's TED Talks, YouTube videos. There's a whole bunch of different channels in which you can find content depending on what you're looking to improve. But it's basically just designed to develop a more positive mindset, certainly more belief in yourself, confidence, so that we not only become better humans and, you know, better husbands or, you know, children or friends or whatever the case may be, you know, personal life, but also by default, better leaders, better coaches, better example to others as well. Okay. So personal development is a really big one. Number 3, recognition. Okay. So by celebrating and recognizing successes, both small and large, there's just a funny thing that happens when people get recognized for hard work. You know, it feels great. Just the simple fact that they were recognized for the hard work they put in makes them even more driven to continue doing that same behavior, or maybe even pick a new challenge and work really hard so they get recognition at the end as well. Just that simple little bit of recognition can make a huge difference for someone. And so that we consider to be a vital behavior, and it's fun. You know, it's if we can have a small little party, just even for the smallest thing, whether it's in a personal goal achieved or a business goal, whatever the case may be, you know, that recognition is really powerful and really fun. And if we're not having fun, we should change something. That's my belief. So then the last vital behavior is to invite. We simply, you know, I've shared with you a little bit about what we do as coaches, and the next step is to simply invite people to do it too. And this can be done. Our team really focuses on creating connections. So we make friendly, loving, really meaningful connections with people, both already in our lives and people that we meet in our day-to-day lives. And we build trust. You know, we build friendships with these people. And when the time is right, if we identify a need that person has that we feel like we can fill, we simply invite them to take a look, whether it's a coaching opportunity or maybe they're interested in bettering their health and nutrition. We invite them to try it out. And if they're interested, then awesome. And if they're not, you know, we're still their friend. We're still going to be there to be their friend. So that's really important. It's not we're not high pressure. It's not salesy. We simply create connections, create trust, and invite people to join us. And if they're interested, that's great. Okay. So to talk a little bit more about training, I'm going to go ahead and pass to Nick. He's going to tell you a little bit about what to expect if you do decide to take this opportunity. So go for it, Nick.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about training and how our team approaches it. With our team, we take new coaches and we actually treat them almost like a company would treat a new employee. So on your first day on a job, a new employer might give you a checklist, tell you what to wear, when to meet up with the HR guy, set up some meetings for you, have some classes ready for you if you work in a big company that has a educational department. They basically like map out your whole first week. So that's what we really try to do with our new coaches, so they don't feel alone. They get set up and get started off on the right foot. So similar to an organization that you might walk into, we kind of take you through this onboarding process, so to speak. So that starts with a getting started right call to action, and that could be a phone call. We might call you up. We might send you a video. Some of us created videos that get you started right. It could be a Zoom call, kind of like we're on right now, and then we're going to follow up with you. We're going to make sure that you have everything that you need. Following your getting started right, we'll put you in our new coach training, and our team's new coach training is called Business Starters Academy. It's in a private Facebook group, and we set it up that way so that it makes it extremely easy for you to participate, ask questions, get in there, get your hands dirty, really get some great content without feeling like you're asking the wrong questions or feeling kind of foolish. You're in a big group with a lot of other new coaches, so it's a really good experience to kind of get your feet wet. We also have a lot of other team trainings that we provide as you're ready. It definitely starts slow, and we get you rolling first off on the right foot, but then we have other team trainings like a social media training, since we do a lot of work on social media, and we get you into things like that as they're needed for you and as you're ready for them. So it's an extremely complicated, complex business, and there's a lot to learn about it, but you're never on your own. Like, there's always someone there. If it's not Ellen or the coach that signs you up that you're working directly with, we have a really great support system, a great team. Everyone's there to help each other. So it's a great place to be. And if you're not in one of our current trainings, like the new coach training, the Business Starters Academy, or social media training, or anything like that, Beachbody actually gives you an online office, and there are tons of tools and trainings that they provide for you. You literally can go into your office anytime, find a training, find a skill you want to build, and they are there to help you, walk you through that skill and how to get better at it. So there's tons of other things you have access to. You can go out to YouTube. There's tons of coaches that post great content to YouTube. There's always things that you can learn. And the best part about the training is that you actually do it on your own time. It's not like set up like a classroom where you have to be somewhere at 8 o'clock in the morning or something like that. It's you work on the business when you want to work on the business. You put in the hours when you want to put in the hours, and you train when you want to train. So to kind of highlight more how a Beachbody coach might work, how their schedule might work, I'm going to let Ellen take care of that, and I'm going to pass it off to her.
Okay, so that was awesome. I love this. I love what we do so much that I get excited just hearing those guys talk about it. So I'm going to talk kind of about the benefits of, so Jake said what it is we do, and Nick talked about our training, and I'm going to just share with you some of the benefits. One of them being that we get to work from home, which means we can work in our sweatpants if we want. Just kidding. I'm not really kidding. But it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to work from home. A lot of people have a job and would like to earn supplemental income. And with an opportunity like this, we are able to do it from home and do it to our own schedule and to our own hours. And also in alignment with what we want. So we come together, our team is growing, it's massive, it grows by the week, and we all have very different dreams, and we have different financial goals with it. And some of us want to have this, we want to be able to make a great income with it, and some people just would like a little bit of supplemental income, maybe a little bit on the side, and some people just want a discount on product and they don't want to run a business. So in kind of like onboarding, like Nick was talking about, it's really important for us to ascertain where new coaches want to fit in so that we're able to mentor them according to their goals. So I would say one of the benefits is you decide what you want. You set your own hours, and you pretty much get to work from home. We do have some live events that are super fun. We have one in Nashville. We're going in 5 weeks to Nashville, Tennessee, and it's kind of the annual like summit convention, and then we have some quarterly stuff too. But pretty much we're working on home from social media. So another benefit is you can work like to how you're best built. Like I'm a total night owl. So I'll work sometimes really well from 11 o'clock at night until 1 o'clock in the morning, and my brain works really well. Unfortunately, it's like on and not so much in the morning, but maybe you're a morning person, and some of our coaches get up at 5:30 a.m., do their workout, put in an hour of their home business, and go to work, and they're done for the day. So we set our schedule. Some of us work full time. Some of us work an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, and like I said, some people just are on the team for a discount. The idea is, for those of us that want, to make a full-time income or more, is that, and this is how network marketing kind of works, is that at first you put in a lot of hours, and one of the things about this company is it allows us to build a passive residual income, and so ultimately we're able to work less hours but make more income, and that is a pretty unbelievable experience. Another thing is I had a position managing group fitness instructors for a bunch of local gyms, and I was taking all my time and talent and what I could bring to the table in that job, but I was making all I could make. There wasn't an opportunity for me to make any more money, and what I was doing with my time and talent in that position was putting money in the gym owner's pocket. I was working for him. And there's something so incredible about this, because I'm working for me. I'm putting my time and talent and energy into something that is for my family, not for someone else's dreams and their goals and their bank account. So that's an incredible opportunity too. Sorry about that. That always happens, like always. So, there's always going to be dogs barking when you're on our live stuff. There's no inventory. That's awesome. We don't have to stock up on a bunch of product and drive it around in our cars and try to sell it. We just have a link, so if people want to buy products from us, we give them a link. And Jen Embers is going to finish our webinar in just a moment, and she's going to kind of tell you about how we earn money. But we don't have inventory. We're given customer leads. Like, there is not another network marketing company out there that I'm aware of that takes care of their reps, their distributors like this one. Like Nick had mentioned earlier at the beginning of the webinar, he was like randomly assigned to me. He was given to me. I'm like, and I stalked him on Facebook. I'm like, who's this new customer of mine that's like posting about P90X every day? And what the heck? He should be a coach. And so sure enough, he ended up joining our team a few years ago. So we're like literally given customers because Beachbody people are like, drinking beer at 2 in the morning, and they see a Shanti infomercial, and they're like, I need to get in shape, I need to buy that, and they buy from beachbody.com. Well, one of us gets them. So we have customers from all over the country and Canada that we can follow up with and work with. Let's see. Another benefit is, I just have to say, and this touches on something Jake said about our vital behaviors and being proof that the products works. I'm 41. I have never been in better shape since aligning myself with our products and programs. And by the way, I do a lot of my workouts in the live version because we have live offerings as well, like in a gym classes version of the home workouts. But I've never, ever been in better shape. Heading into my 40s, in the best shape of my life, because I'm taking care of my body from the inside out with good nutrition. And also I'm surrounded by, so he touched on personal development. We are taught to become the best versions of ourselves. And so we're trying to steep our minds in personal development and growth as coaches, as a coaching family. And so we're literally surrounding ourselves, because most of us work this daily, a little or a lot, and so we're rubbing shoulders with each other all the time, online and like this and in Facebook, and we're constantly rubbing off on one another. And so we're surrounding ourselves with people that are working on who they are, and I've become a better person. Believe me, I've got room to grow, but I'm becoming a better human being because of the people I'm around and this company I'm with. And so Jim Rohn says we are the sum of of economically and in every way, really, of the 5 people we surround ourselves the most with. And I'm really proud of the people that I'm surrounded by, and thankful for their role in shaping me into what I've become since I've joined this company. So also on that note, like, you do not have to be in some great shape or be at a weight that you love. You don't have to be like super proud of where you're at physically to be part of what we're doing. Because a lot of times coaches just come as they are, and they start working on themselves, and they start doing those vital behaviors, and they start to transform. And that's attractive, and that puts, that actually helps them succeed. So the culture is amazing, and ultimately just being able to create a life by design. So I've really been able to go from like bankruptcy and a lot of fear and anxiety and debt to not at all living paycheck to paycheck and being able to travel. And it's really only because of this opportunity. So before I hand it off to Embers, I just wanted to thank you guys again. Some of you popped on late, so I just want to thank you again so much for like sharing just a sliver of your evening with us. Whether this is going to be your cup of tea or not at all, I value your time. So thank you. And Embers is going to kind of wrap it up with the how to and how to earn and how to get started if you want to.
Thanks, Ellen. Okay, so let's start by talking a little bit about how to earn. So the first way is through commissions, and how you do that is by selling products. And so Jake introduced us to a lot of the products that are available, whether they're workouts or nutrition, supplements, that sort of thing. So when you sell a Beachbody product, you do get a 25% commission. And when people initially, myself included, hear that, there's kind of a sales component, their immediate reaction is kind of to, I don't know, I don't want to sell. It makes me nervous. I don't want my friends to, they don't want to be that person that their friends run away from because they're like, oh, there's that salesperson. So I want to emphasize that in those trainings that Nick talked about, we teach you how to invite with authenticity and really to build relationships. It's not about getting the sale. It's about building those relationships and supporting people. But one of the ways that we do earn income is through commissions when people do decide to invest in themselves. The other way is through cycle bonuses, which is really pretty convoluted, and I'm not going to get into it really in depth right now, but essentially team cycle bonuses come from building a team, and that's getting other people like you. And for me, that my tribe is a whole bunch of introverts, and so we are a group of people who want to help other people. I started wanting to help myself, and then I started helping other people, and I've just found other people who want to help other people. And it's not about the sale, but those cycle bonuses can be pretty significant. And that's the residual income that Ellen was talking about. And honestly, that's the piece that really appealed to me, because I could see long-term with consistent behaviors of supporting and helping people and inviting and doing those 4 vital behaviors that Jake talked about, that my business could grow and I could eventually stop trading my time for money. So right now I go to my job at the lab, which I've said I like, but basically there's a cap. I'm only going to earn so much, and it's totally tied to the time that I'm there. And so I like the idea that while I'm taking a nap, maybe I'm earning some income because of that residual income of my team of people who are helping other people. And this business really is correlated rather than to time, like my other job where I put in the hours, that's how much money I'm going to make. This one is really tied into effort, which is a really different model than I think we're used to in our society. So if you put in those consistent behaviors, it doesn't need to be 8 hours of behaviors. I don't have 8 hours. I've got 2 kids. I've got a husband. I've got a job. I have to like Nick, work it in here and there, 20 minutes here and there, and on my day off, maybe do a couple of hours. But my income is more tied to that hard work. And like Ellen said in the beginning, it's a lot. But over time, I envision I'm going to be making much more than I do in my regular job, and I'll be working less. And that will lead to the financial freedom that I'm craving. And, I really want to emphasize that, those two ways you earn it, the commission and the growing your team, this isn't a get rich quick. Ellen's been doing this for 4 years and her income has built over time. I've been doing this for 2 years. My income has built over time. It's not like 3. I think a lot of people see what a coach is doing at 4 years and they're like, oh my gosh, they're making a pretty significant income. They start, and 3 months later, they're like, wait, I'm not making that income. They get disappointed. That's not how this works. It's hard work. It's not overnight success, but if you do those small behaviors consistently, those vital behaviors over time, you will be successful. And, part of this is really I really feel like our society is changing. I almost feel like we need a plan B. We live in a time where big corporations have gone bankrupt. I mean, businesses that I thought it would be around forever are shutting their doors. And so it just makes me, and I work in healthcare, and healthcare is changing drastically right now. And so what if this hospital lost its funding and shut its doors? At least I have a backup. So I just like this alternative supplemental income that's really supporting us. And hopefully we'll someday actually retire my husband. That's kind of our goal. So we've talked about what coaches do, the support that's in place, the benefits of coaching, and how you earn. And I know you're really thinking okay, maybe this is doable. Maybe I want to do this. So here's your next step. I want you to do it. I want you to jump in. I want you to go head first into the pool. You got this. And it's because, here's why. I've got 3 reasons. One is that there's 100% money back guarantee. So Ellen and I started this business in bankruptcy. We did not have the money to start a business. And so I think for a lot of people, knowing that if they make a purchase and invest in this business, that there's an out, that you're not tied to this year-long contract or anything like that. The other thing is that you're not required to purchase. Ellen mentioned this. You don't have to buy, hundreds of dollars worth of product and house it in your house and then ship it to people. Beachbody houses it for you. People go to your online website, they order, and Beachbody ships it for you. It's great. And I also, no contracts was super important to me, and I think it's important to a lot of other people. And I really want to talk about the fact that it's really a small investment. I think when you invest in a lot of businesses, if you've got an idea, it's expensive. So if you've ever watched, my family and I, we love watching Shark Tank. We love watching the entrepreneurs, but sometimes literally my mouth drops at how much it costs to start a business. And then knowing that a lot of those businesses fail, and this one I could start with as little as $140. I'm starting a business for $140 that has unlimited earning potential. And of that money, so let's say you're spending $4 a day on your business, you're consuming $3 of that in your fitness programs and your nutrition. You're consuming the bulk of it. So you could be running this huge opportunity on $1 a day. That's what got my attention finally. So what do? So let's say you're ready. You're going to contact the person who invited you to this, and you're going to tell them you're ready. They'll connect and make sure to get you the right product, and they'll actually put your order in for you. They'll let you know. That order will come to your email, and you'll check that everything is hunky-dory, and you then put in your payment information. You're signed up and you're ready to go. You get your products. You've got your business. And then we start working with you one-on-one, like Nick explained, with all of the training. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to message the person. If you have questions, which I anticipate you do, which is totally cool, ask, and then take the plunge. And that is all that I have. So I want to take a minute and say cheers, and thanks for taking the time to drink with us.
Thanks, you guys. Yeah, that was really fun. Thank you. We went a couple minutes over. Thank you so much for your time. And just follow up with us if you have any questions. And pretty awesome thing that we're part of. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful night.